environment, protection and conservation of the environment, protection and conservation of the environment, further aware that deforestation is one of the main contributors to climate change. Noting that Machakos County has not been spared by the effect of global warming and climate change as a result of deforestation amongst other aspects, deeply concerned that there has been persistent destruction of trees and vegetation along the road reserves and roadside during road construction, leading to adverse effects on the ecosystem. Constant that studies have shown that the benefit accumulated from roadside tree planting include better soil formation due to shedding of dead leaves, increased water quality by reducing sediment flow, reduced erosion, road beautification, flood control as the trees slow and observe water runoff, wind breaking, providing important pollinator habitats, improving people's health and protecting crops. Honorable Speaker, I wish to move the motion that this House resolves that the county government of Machakos includes a component of tree planting in all road network designs and also make it compulsory for road contractors to replace any tree harvested during road construction upon completion of the project. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Kindly call a seconder.
May I call upon Mheshimiwa Mbilindawa to second the motion.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa Ndawa. Thank you, Honorable Member. I now want contractors to replace any tree harvested during road construction upon completion of the project. I wish to invite Honorable Catherine to come forward. Okay. Wait a minute, Honorable Catherine. I understand in the morning we had a similar discussion and that a lot of points were brought forward. I would not want to lock anybody out of this debate. I suggest even body feels like those who didn't participate in the morning, 1 or 2 members can just say something and we don't elaborate so much on this. Honorable Felix Ngui, then after which Honorable Anastasia.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for this opportunity. I'm Felix Ngui, representing the people of Katangi Ward. Madam Speaker, I might not be having a lot to say on this motion, but first of all, I wanted to take the opportunity to once again thank you for giving us an opportunity to host one of my students from one of the nearest schools from home, that is St. Bakita Chua Secondary School. I want to take this opportunity to welcome the Group B to this assembly. I hope they are going to learn a lot because we understand that county governments, whereby we have 2 arms of the government, the executive and the legislature, that is the assembly, is an important structure in our constitution. Madam Speaker, maybe I just say 2 or 3 things which I did not say in the morning concerning the planting of trees in our county. Madam Speaker, you realize that when we are in primary school, we learned about science. And we know how environment is important to us. In fact, I can recall we learned about evaporation, whereby water comes from the trees, then it evaporates, then later on is whereby we get rains from. So in this regard, I want to support this motion by saying that it is important for the county government of Machakos to come up with a good policy on tree planting. Secondly, and maybe the last point, is that our Department on Environment should now wake up and maybe come up with an enforcement team, because you realize maybe like in Nairobi County, you cannot cut a tree. Immediately you start cutting a tree in Nairobi County, you'll see the county askaris. But it's only in Machakos whereby we do not have the environment enforcing officers. So it is important as we talk of tree planting, we also engage with the Department of Environment and make sure that we have environmental officers down to our wards so that they can be able to take care of our...
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. Anastasia Mutevu, special elect by the Wiper Democratic Movement. I rise to applaud the honorable member for coming up with this motion to relinquish ecosystem. This motion is seeking to do plants, to do trees along the roads, which I know it will control very much the soil erosion, and I'm seeing the beauty of Machakos coming up. And I would wish the government comes up with a policy on how to take care of these trees now that they will be on the roadsides. Maybe to employ some people to take care of them and even have enough water to take care of them. I will also urge the government of Machakos, if they can actually drill more boreholes, now that will make very many trees during this time. If we can have more boreholes and more dams, it could be a good thing to take care of the trees. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable Ndawa, then Honorable Musila again.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, again. My name is Judas Ndawa, and I will start by also congratulating our new mentor. In the morning they are proteges, but in the afternoon they have now progressed to be mentors. Honorable Speaker, let it go on record. 1 year is ending tomorrow. We were elected on 9th of August, and tomorrow is 9th of August. So members cannot remain being proteges for more than a year. So they have graduated, and I can see them doing a wonderful job. So congratulations. Honorable Speaker, coming to the business before the House, the business is quite in order. The issue now worldwide is issue of climate change, global warming, and whatever, the rest. And every person is now supposed to be very keen and must be seen trying to participate to ensure that we mitigate this issue of climate change. Honorable Speaker, the motion is good, but I would wish to give some input so as to build the motion. Honorable Speaker, I would wish that we also include other projects. The motion is seeking that we plant trees along the road when we are doing the roads. The county also does other projects like buildings, like stadiums, and other projects. Let us also ensure, if we want to build a certain building somewhere and there are trees there, if we remove them, let us also ensure they are also replaced. We plant others, as the motion is seeking to address the issue, and also the issue of stadium. The only challenge we have, Honorable Speaker, is that The contractor will only be concerned with the assigned project or works. And the moment it's through with the works, the team from the county will come and see whether the work has been done as per the BQs and as per the work plan. Then once they are satisfied, they just recommend for that contractor to be paid. The moment he's paid, he now moves from the site. So we'll have now another challenge of who is to take care of these trees. So, Honorable Speaker, as you were saying in the morning, we must be very serious now on the issue of trees. Once we plant, let us ensure that the trees are taken care until to a certain stage where they can survive alone. And again, Honorable Speaker, I would request and I would recommend that as we plant trees, we also select. Honorable Speaker, when I was in Matu Primary School, about over 35 years ago, I planted about 10 trees in that compound. And now 35 years down the line, if you go to harvest those trees, the 10 of them, you will not get even 2 sacks of charcoal. 35 years. We need now to be serious on trees. Let us plant trees that will give value, that will see value. It is even better to plant guavas in the school. The kids will be taking those guavas during lunch hour and break time. Instead of planting a tree that cannot give an output. We use resources. We used to carry, each pupil was supposed to carry a jerrycan of 5 liters water. And you know, water is not available everywhere. So I had to wake up early in the morning by 5. I go look for that water, come pick my bag, then go to school. All that work, after 35 years, there is nothing that we can get from that tree. So the issue of selecting the trees to plant should be given a very good consideration. Then, Honorable Speaker, the other issue, the issue of tree planting, as we said in the morning, and I don't want to repeat what members say, it is now becoming an activity to make our people busy. Because if all the time we are saying rain is coming, let us prepare to plant trees, we plant, then after that we forget about the trees. That is now an activity which is making us busy. And Honorable Speaker, I know, I'm very sure people have other business to conduct. So let us do it with a lot of concern and ensure what we do or what we labor for, we can be able to trace and we can be able at least to claim that I planted this plant or this tree and now these are the benefits of the tree. Otherwise the motion is 100% correct. So once again, Honorable Member, senior what? Not protege this time. Senior mentor. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa, for those very, very kind words and very supportive. I actually wish to support your point that you made at the very beginning that was talking about CSR. CSR, when people get these awards for, contractors get these awards for, to do our roads or to do our buildings, there's a requirement that they consider giving back to the community because they are enjoying our money, isn't it? And most of them don't do that. There should be a clause or a policy in place that they should, most companies have that policy that they should give back to the community by planting trees, or even building a school, social amenities, that kind of thing. So these are the things as an assembly we should come up with policies making sure this happens. If it doesn't happen voluntarily, then it happens by law. Thank you very much, Honorable Member. Honorable Mwaki.
Thank you again, Madam Speaker. I want to start again where Honorable Dawaz has just commented on the species of the trees that are being planted. There will need to be a good collaboration between the forestry department and the agricultural department when they are giving us their extension officers, so that they can brief us or train us or teach us which trees are good to be planted in a particular place. So there should be that. I also want to talk of, to comment on what honorable teacher, you have given them her marks. You have said they are no longer prestige, now they have qualified, meaning that you have marked for them. I wanted to comment on the tree planting along roads. And I want to say, roads are classified. One, there is the rural road. There is roads under Kera, roads under Kena, and the county government roads. So when we are saying that we tell contractors to plant trees along roads, which particular roads are we talking about? As a county, we are only having an authority over rural roads plus county roads. That is where we can tell our contractors now, because the BQ has allowed or has paid or is going to pay you to do a tree, can you do a tree along that particular road? The Kera Road is under the national government. Kena roads, which in Machakos County, there is only Machakos Kitui Road, there is the Garissa Road the other side, and I think Nairobi Kangundo Road, and most recently, we lobbied and got a road under Kena from Sofia going through Kithimani, Ndalani, Muthesia, and the Ndivini wards to emerge along the Keno Marwa Road. In a few years, I believe we are going to get it done. Now, my thinking is this. There should be a good collaboration between our county government and the national government because of the national roads. The county government is not going to be able to put to task the contractors of the national roads to do any tree along the roads. But with good collaboration, yes, it can be done. What I want to say is this. I think this house is able to fast track this kind of engagement. The CSR projects that we get, really even from that particular road, Keno Marwa Road, we have already lobbied for those CSR roads. We are getting 5 kilometers of tarmac. We are getting 40 bridges along that road. Those are the kind of projects that they will do, but not the tree planting. So it is us now to talk about tree planting in collaboration between the county government of Machakos and the national governments. When we talk about Garissa Road, we see what road reserves there are and who is supposed to plant a tree there. If we get the permits, if there should be any permit for us to plant trees, then it is the county government that should plant the trees and take care of the trees. Because those national or international projects, for you to go and take their BQ and put some trees there and there, you may not be able. Because they came here to do a tree, or a road. They will only do the road and then leave the trees. So there needs to be a good collaboration between the two levels of government. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Mwaki. Honorable Mary Kituko.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for catching my hand. My name is Mary Kituku, nominated to this House by the Great United Democratic Alliance. I'd want to add on what Mheshimiwa has talked about. Of course, yes, we need to know what trees to plant. And I'd like to maybe bring this to our attention. In Ukambani, in Machakos, we know the trees that can grow here. We've been growing them. But you can also add value to what you grow. When I was young, there used to be a storybook which was written about a certain person who grew trees along the road. He fed the whole community, because when children were passing through, they could get apples, they could get mangoes, they could get oranges. We might be thinking of one thing, planting the trees to replenish our ecosystem, but we can achieve a lot from that. By that, we can feed our children, we can boost our health through that, because they are going to be free fruits for everyone, of course. A second thing, how are we going to achieve adopt a tree, as I had spoken about earlier? I will tell you another story. I'm the last born in my family, and being the youngest, I had the opportunity of being the most favored. My uncle one day knew my fetish of having biscuits, and he used to come home every day and bring me biscuits when he used to visit. One day he got tired of me asking for the biscuits, so he told me, the last biscuit that you're going to eat, there's some land over there where your mother plants flowers, but because there are no flowers there, go plant that biscuit, water it every day. In 5 months, you're going to have a tree full of biscuits. And because my mind was that young and timid, I did the same thing. I went and planted my biscuit over there. I watered it daily. Little did I know that my uncle came with some seeds and planted eucalyptus trees over there, also known as mutalakwe. So, in my bid to, every day, I had the mind to achieve the biscuits tree. But in 5 months, believe it or not, I had trees there. They were not biscuit trees, but I had planted trees. So what am I saying? We can use the same method. We can use the same method to achieve what we want. We can push our people to be part of the project without them knowing that it's going to help them. Later on, they'll come to appreciate it. That's my contribution to the House.
Thank you, Honorable Mary. And in relation to collaboration between the national government and the county governments, I said that we have the law in place that makes the two governments work together. Intergovernmental Relations Act can come into play, and we'll be able to collaborate and have any project, anything that is can be done using those ways. I also mentioned that most companies in Kenya have a clause in their, they have a policy, sorry, it's not a clause, a policy that looks into matters of corporate social responsibility. And so therefore, in themselves, those people who get these awards and they are doing the roads, whether through Kena, Kura, or Kera, they will still do it and replace that tree. Thank you, members. I now take this opportunity and put the question. And I put the question that this Honorable House resolves that the county government of Machakos includes a component of tree planting in all road network designs, and also make it compulsory for road contractors to replace any tree harvested during road construction upon completion of the project. As many are of the opinion say ayes, as many are of the contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it. Yes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and sorry for interruption. I know you were about to adjourn the House, and I just refer you to your communication in the morning that you said tomorrow you'll be flagging up the teams that are going to participate in our CASA games. And I was trying to make an application, Honorable Speaker, if you can invoke standing order number 1 to allow us to adjourn normally without even moving a motion, so that my concern is we are supposed to be in suit while in this assembly, and after a year we are also supposed to be in games clothes. So it may not be practically possible for us in that event to look how we are supposed to look. So I was just requesting if you can invoke that standing order number 1, we adjourn normally until the next available day. That is after the Gaza Games. That is within your discretion. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Well, I'm sure there was a discussion concerning this in the House business. So therefore, I don't know what you exactly want me to do insofar as that is concerned. That's a matter for tomorrow, isn't it?
Yes, in fact,
it for
I'm
today?
trying to. Yes, I'm.
Why is it coming today?
I'm just requesting you to use Article Standing Order number 1 because it gives you power to do anything within the assembly. It can say we are not going to use that motion of adjournment. We can adjourn the way we normally adjourn and come the next available day. The problem is, tomorrow I'm supposed to be in suit. At what time will I go home?
Oh, now I
Change.
get your point. You know, I was really not getting it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. You give a background before you get to the point.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, and I can see Mheshimiwa Ongoni is trying to oppose, and let him not oppose, please.
I am advised to let you know that tomorrow you come in with your sports gear and then come and change. We have a gym where you can change. So come carrying with your sports gear for the activity afterwards.
Much obliged.
Thank you.
Madam Speaker.
Thank you. The House now adjourns to Wednesday, 9th August 2023 at 10 a.m. in the morning. Thank you, members.